So I'm going to give the floor to Mr. Cluj, and he will make a brief introduction of the mobility plan of the metropolitan area. Thank you.
Direttor general, o să rog organizatorii să stingă luminile.
The speaker is not picking up the mic.
My name is Mina Grigwa. I was the deputy team leader in the project for the Sustainable Urban Mobility Plan. And I will talk to you today about the Cluj24h Metropolitan Bypass in the context of this SUM project. Changing the slides. So this SUM covers the next 15 years, and it refers not only to the city, but also to the 18 adjacent communes. And it's actually the first transport master plan for the city in the last quarter of a century. It had a number of steps, such as data collection, the analysis of the current situation, the construction of the transport model, to forecast the transit demand in the next 15 years, and then the construction of 3 alternative scenarios, of which we chose, together with the stakeholders, the local stakeholders, a preferred scenario which was defined in the final SUM. I will present you some major problems from the data collection step. As you can see, the total AADT, average annual daily traffic, on the main radials entering the city, we have a total traffic of 165,000 vehicles entering and exiting the city daily. Just for comparison, the similar value for Bucharest, which is a city with 2 million inhabitants, is 211,000. So not a major difference. This is based on the 2007 National Roads Company census. And a very interesting point is that the western entrance in the city, so the road coming from Forest, is busier than the busiest entrance in Bucharest, which is the N1 from the north. This is a visual representation of what I just said. Please notice that this is a grade separated intersection, and it's still congested. It's typical in the Mănășturi residential area. And of course, the transport model only predicts that the things will get worse in the following 15 years. Strong VC ratio, volume to capacity ratio increase for almost all the roads. And then a significant number of links and nodes in the network, intersections, will be congested by 2030 if we do not do anything. We have a similar problem in a way for the public transport network. If you look at the passenger volumes in the AMP, we have almost 6,000 passengers per hour in the direction, which is basically the very upper limit of a traditional public transport system based on buses and trolleybuses. So you see the west-east axis here, which is really congested. On the other hand, we see the tram line, which was modernized in the recent years with EU funds, which is somewhat underused. The point is that if we are to increase the modal share of public transport, which at the moment stands in the AMP at a very reasonable 32.1%, but we are shooting for an ambitious 40% for 2030, but this is not possible in the current construction of the PT system. So the approach we had for the major project regarding public transport infrastructure was to functionalize the modernized tram network by extending it in the Forest commune, in one of the alternatives, either in the south or in the north, but also to construct a downtown loop so that the tram becomes competitive with the trolleybus and the bus system, which uses the major west-east axles. I will show you the approach we had for the major road infrastructure projects. as I said, we analyzed 3 alternative scenarios, and the construction for road infrastructure was which west-east road axis should be treated with a priority. In the first scenario, we studied the southern bypass. Then in the second scenario, we studied the construction of a new road along the railway line corridor, which is actually a proposal from the 1960s, 50s, I guess. Together with a interesting project, they rolled in the Somesh riverbed, so basically under the river. And the third scenario included strengthening the already existing west-east axis to the city center by constructing a pair of tunnels in the central areas and grade separating 2 business intersections in west and east. And the transport model showed that even by 2020 there will be a major impact in reducing the congestion if we build the southern bypass. You see that especially the southern half and the central area will be highly decongested, but also the northern area will see decongested. So among the 3 approaches, obviously this proved to be the best in terms of reducing the congestion, and just of course this proved the central axis approach, proved to be the worst because it attracted even more traffic in the central area. So this is a map with the road infrastructure projects. Now you may say, but this is a sustainable mobility transport plan. Why we have so many road projects? And I think the key message of my presentation is that we cannot do sustainable mobility unless we first solve the very pressing issues of private traffic. So this is a more detailed presentation of the Metropolitan bypass. I think this is a bit technical. You have the information in your slides. It's basically about the various components of the bypass, starting from the western extremity. So the connection with the Transylvania motorway is to take place. This segment is currently under construction, and as such, we should address this critical issue of amending the project for the construction of the Žilovna-Lešov motorway, such as to accommodate these new interchanges with the bypass, because otherwise it would be difficult to amend it after the motorway is operating. And then the second part is a western, basically the western section of this bypass connector. And then the main southern bypass here interchanges. And again, our analysis, all our analyses, including those with the transport model, show that for all the infrastructure projects, this is the project that will bring the highest benefits for the mobility of the city. So we recommend immediate preparation of the necessary studies. But the very important point is that we want this road to attract not only transit and through traffic, but also intra-metropolitan traffic. So basically, if someone wants to travel from this very dense residential areas, say the mall in the eastern part of the city or the airport, they should be attracted. The route using the southern bypass should be more attractive, not only in the peak time, but also in the off-peak time. But this means so that this road is built as a, rather high-speed road access, usually grade separated or controlled access, favorable geometric elements, and also the same applies in the way that the access goes to the bypass. So only under these conditions would the detour by using the bypass be compensated by similar or even better use, or even better travel time. And finally, the eastern section of the bypass, which was brought as full responsible for the industrial area north, which is also, as I said, tracking for intra-urban traffic. And then I just placed here a few maps showing the numerous sustainable mobility projects that we have in the south, we have a very ambitious network of segregated PT lanes proposed in the city to be implemented in 2 stages. A significant extension of the bike network, including extra urban routes. So, basically, red are existing, the existing network, and then the blue are new stations. Then we have some trolleybus extensions proposed, and even a significant network, a large network of urban of pedestrian corridors, which we see as kind of pedestrian motorways, very going from nice areas, quiet areas, and so on. But their success is basically conditioned by the construction of bypass. And this is a set of short-term measures that the Cluj-24h and the Forest City Halls are implementing for decongesting the west-eastern road axis. And basically the construction of the new connection between Forest and Cluj-24h, and then the modernization of an alternative road between the western part of the city and the southern part of the city. So in conclusion, as I said, in order to give rise to sustainable transport modes, it's crucial for us to solve the major issues regarding private transport. Despite the fact that the government has invested during the last 6 years significantly in road infrastructure, regions such as the Centura bypass or the motorway, still a lot of traffic in the west-east axis of transit traffic still crosses the city. And I guess the final conclusion is that the major some projects, the sustainable projects, cannot be successfully implemented without the full support of the government, the Ministry of Transport, specifically regarding the construction of the Metropolitana bypass, but also the proposed road adjacent to the railway, which we propose to be realized as an integrated project together with the project for the electrification and modernization of the Cluj-24h